Okay, so today is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. And I'm sharing this quick video with you because Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction has been overturned by a court. Yes, you heard that right. So that's coming from the Associated Press here, according to this article. So I'm just going to read this article, and then I would like to see in the comment section what some of you think about this. Says Pennsylvania's highest court overturned Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction Wednesday after finding an agreement with a previous prosecutor prevented him from being charged in the case. Well, isn't that interesting? Let's keep going. Cosby has served more than 2 years of a 3 to 10 year sentence at a state prison near Philadelphia. He had vowed to serve all 10 years rather than acknowledge any remorse over the 2004 encounter with accuser Andrea Constand. That's telling me something, but I'm gonna hold my comments and just read this article. He was charged in late 2015 when a prosecutor armed with newly unsealed evidence, Cosby's damaging deposition from her lawsuit, arrested him days before the 12-year statute of limitations expired. The court said that District Attorney Kevin Steele, who made the decision to arrest Cosby, was obligated to stand by his predecessor's promise not to charge Cosby when he later gave potentially incriminating testimony in Constand's civil suit. There was no evidence that promise was ever put in writing. Justice David Wecht, if I'm saying that right, writing for a split court, said Cosby had relied on the former prosecutor's decision not to charge him when he later gave potentially incriminating testimony in the Constand's civil suit. They said that overturning the conviction and barring any further prosecution is the only remedy that comports with society's reasonable expectations of its elected prosecutors and our criminal justice system. The 83-year-old Cosby, who was once beloved as America's dad, was convicted of drugging and molesting the Temple University employee at his suburban estate. The trial judge had allowed just one other accuser to testify at Cosby's first trial, when the jury deadlocked. However, he then allowed 5 other accusers to testify at the retrial about their experiences with Cosby in the 1980s. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court said that testimony, let me read it correctly. One moment. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court said that testimony tainted the trial, even though a lower appeals court had found it appropriate to show a signature pattern of drugging and molesting women. Cosby was the first celebrity tried and convicted in the Me Too era, so the reversal could make prosecutors wary of calling other accusers in similar cases. The law on prior bad act testimony varies by state, though, and the ruling only holds sway in Pennsylvania. The justices voiced concern not just about sex assault cases, but what they saw as the judiciary's increasing tendency to allow testimony that crosses the line into character attacks. The law allows the testimony only in limited cases, including to show a crime pattern so specific it serves to identify the perpetrator. In New York, the judge presiding over last year's trial of movie mogul Harvey Weinstein, whose case had sparked the explosion of the Me Too movement in 2017, let 4 other accusers testify. Weinstein was convicted and sentenced to 23 years in prison. He is now facing separate charges in California. In Cosby's case, one of his appellate lawyers said prosecutors put on vague evidence about the uncharged conduct, including Cosby's own recollections in his deposition about giving women alcohol or quaaludes before sexual encounters. The presumption of innocence just didn't exist for him, Jennifer Bongine, if I'm saying that right, the lawyer, argued to the court in December. In May, Cosby was denied parole after refusing to participate in sex offender programs during his nearly 3 years in state prison. He has long said he would resist the treatment programs and refuse to acknowledge wrongdoing, even if it means serving the full 10-year sentence. This is the first year he was eligible for parole under the 3 to 10-year sentence handed down after his 2018 conviction. Cosby spokesperson Andrew Wyatt called the parole board decision appalling. Prosecutors said Cosby repeatedly used his fame and family man persona to manipulate young women, holding himself out as a mentor before betraying them. Cosby, a groundbreaking black actor who grew up in public housing in Philadelphia, made a fortune estimated at $400 million during his 50 years in the entertainment industry. His trademark, clean comedy, and homespun wisdom fueled popular TV shows, books, and stand-up acts. He fell from favor in his later years as he lectured the black community about family values, but was attempting a comeback when he was arrested. There was a built-in level of trust because of his status in the entertainment industry and because he held himself out as a public moralist. Assistant District Attorney Adrian Jappe of suburban Montgomery County argued to the justices. Cosby had invited Constand to an estate he owns in Pennsylvania the night she said he drugged and sexually assaulted her. Constand, a former professional basketball player who worked at his alma mater, went to police a year later. The other accusers knew Cosby through the entertainment industry and did not go to police. The AP does not typically identify sexual assault victims without their permission, which Constand has granted. So, I would like for you to tell me what you think about this in the comments section. And I'm going to hold my comments till the next video because I do have opinions about this. But I will say that the fact that Cosby refused to show any remorse, in other words, to accept guilt, he would rather serve the full 10 years. So let me break this down to you. Bill Cosby said, even though I can get out of jail on parole in 3 years if I admit to doing something wrong, or if I say that I'm a sex offender, etc., etc., he said he'll rather serve the full 10 years. This man is already 83 years old, so that's telling me something, right? When a person would rather serve the full sentence than to say they did something that they've been falsely accused of doing. But nonetheless, share your comments and tell me what you think. Have a good day.